Hello there guys and welcome back to 100% Chelsea for another episode of Chelsea Weekly. And we've got a fair few quite interesting stories for you today. So stick around because you'll definitely want to hear about those. So starting off with the first player that we're being linked with at the moment, which is Benjamin Mendy. Definitely not how you pronounce it in French, but who cares? So he's a French left back from AS Monaco. He's 22 years old, and apparently, according to various reports, we're preparing a bid for him. He's apparently valued around £25 million, and would obviously, he's having a great season at Monaco this year. They're top of the league in France, ahead of PSG. They're in the quarterfinals of the Champions League at the moment. They're playing Borussia Dortmund tonight. I like him. Whenever I've seen Monaco play, he looked really good. So, I'd be very happy with it. And also, like someone who's good and who's young, especially because we don't really have a left wing back option in our youth system. So I'd be very much in favour of that. Yes, Nathan Ake, but in my opinion, he's not proper left wing back. That's just not his position. Moving on to the next story, which is about Alvaro Morata. And, you probably heard all these stories that we heard last summer. About Chelsea and Conte desperately wanting to sign him. And, he's right now 24 years old. He's obviously from Spain, plays for Real Madrid at the moment. And he confirmed that he was subject of a £60 million bid from Chelsea last summer. And he spoke to the Guardian. I'm not sure if that actually happened. But they've got quotes, so let's just take it as if he actually spoke to the Guardian. So he's got 16 goals for Real Madrid in 35 appearances. But yeah, I'll just read out what he said to The Guardian. I'm very happy at Madrid and they support me. But if an offer like that came in again and they want to sell, I wouldn't close doors. I loved Italy, but one day if I have to leave, I'm sure it will be to the Premier League. He also added, Conte is a manager who most bets on me, without even ever having had me in his team. I'm very conscious of that. He bet on me for Juventus, but left before I arrived. And then he wanted me at Chelsea, and he knows me better than I could imagine, I'm sure, and that's important. It motivates you to work hard and train well. I feel in debt to him because he's the coach that most trusted in me, most wanted me, and who made me feel I could perform at the highest level. And yet I've never had the fortune to actually work with him. I'm sure sooner or later I will. The future excites me, whether that's at Madrid or somewhere else. I still have to learn, improve. I can do a lot, and I need to play more and for someone to really back me. Either I take off or I end up in a position of comfort. Playing games occasionally, I'm no longer the youngest. I'm 24, it's a big moment. He also said he almost would have certainly went to London had the Spanish club Real Madrid opted to resell him for a higher price after reactivating their buyback clause from Juventus. He also said that he was in contact with Antonio Conte and Mauricio Pochettino from Tottenham. And funny thing he said at the end, he remembers talking to his dad, and his dad said the guy is going to win the league there. Talking about Antonio Conte. So his dad, Alvaro Morata's dad, smart man, very smart man. Me personally, I'm not 100% sure if I do want Alvaro Morata. I wasn't sure last summer, and I'm still not sure now. He's definitely a good player, and he still has time to develop and time to improve by being 24. It's not, extremely young, but, he still has, enough time to improve, as I said. But should we really be aiming for signing players that can't get into teams like Real Madrid? Yes, right now, we're not nowhere near as big as Real Madrid right now. But isn't that the aim of where we want to be? Shouldn't we then sign players that would get into their team? It's just my thinking. Like, I highly doubt Alvaro Morata will come here if we kept Diego Costa. Because I think right now, Diego Costa would be ahead of him in a pecking order. So I'm not too sure about the whole situation. I take him if it was to happen. It wouldn't be someone who I'd be completely against. But I'm not sure if he's the right player to get, especially for 60 million. Like, that's more than Torres. And, Torres was at least, a big name player at the time. Morata really isn't. Like, he's done all right for Juventus. He wasn't incredible there either. Like, people think he did better than he actually did. He didn't score that many goals. And, kind of the same thing for Real Madrid at the moment. But, if it was to happen, so be it. And the last story of the day is about Jordi Alba, 28-year-old Spanish left-back from Barcelona. Most of you probably know him. And according to reports from the Spanish newspaper AS, he asked and talked to Cesc Fabregas and Pedro about England, the Premier League, and also Chelsea. Because, Luis Enrique will leave Barcelona at the end of the season, and he's not sure whether he will want to fulfill his contract, which runs till 2020. So, possibly a move to the Premier League is, on the horizon for him, and he's a great player in my opinion. I very much rate him. I know a lot of people don't, and this season Barcelona haven't really been particularly great defensively. 4-0 to PSG, in which he did play, even though in my opinion he was one of their better defenders that game. And obviously last night they lost 3-0 to Juventus, in which he didn't play. But yeah, I'd take him if it was to happen. I don't, it's just rumours. Like that's, a very small rumour. That's just not, it's not something that's definitely happening. But if it was to happen, I'd be very happy with it. Me personally, I would prefer Mendy from Monaco. But, he's a proven player. He's won the Champions League. He's won La Liga. He's a really good player. And, why not? But yeah, that's really it from me. That's all the stories for today. Leave me all of your thoughts on these on these stories down in the comment section below. On Benjamin Mendy, on Alvaro Morata, and also on Jordi Alba. Yeah, I hope you guys did enjoy it. If you did, please leave a like. Subscribe if you haven't already. We massively do appreciate that. Thank you guys for watching. I can't wait for the game on Sunday against Manchester United. Very much up for it. Up to Chelsea. And see you next time.